The Clockmaker of Dreamtown. Long ago, hidden between the stars and the moon, there was a magical place called Dreamtown. It was unlike any town on Earth. The houses were made of moonstone. The streets sparkled with silver dust. The trees glowed softly at night. And every evening, when children around the world went to sleep, Dreamtown came alive. At the heart of the town stood a magnificent clock tower. The tower was taller than the clouds. Its golden clock face shone brightly in the night sky. Inside the tower lived an old clockmaker named Mr. Tickwell. Mr. Tickwell had a very important job. Every night he carefully adjusted thousands of magical clocks. These were not ordinary clocks. Each clock controlled a different dream. One clock created adventures. One clock created happy memories. One clock created dreams of flying. One clock created dreams of magical kingdoms. As long as the clocks worked properly, children everywhere enjoyed wonderful dreams. Mr. Tickwell loved his work. Every night he polished the clocks, wound their gears, and listened to their gentle ticking. Tick. 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 The sound filled the tower with peace. One evening, however, something unusual happened. A small clock suddenly stopped. Then another. And another. Soon dozens of clocks had fallen silent. Mr. Tickwell became worried. This has never happened before. He checked the gears. He checked the springs. He checked the magical crystals that powered the clocks. Everything seemed normal. Yet the clocks continued stopping. At the same time, a young boy named Oliver was sleeping peacefully in his bedroom on Earth. Oliver was kind, curious, and loved solving puzzles. That night, a tiny silver bird appeared beside his bed. Its feathers sparkled like stars. Oliver, the bird chirped softly. Oliver opened his eyes. "Who are you?" "My name is Whisper." "What are you doing in my room?" "I've come to take you to Dreamtown." Oliver sat up. "Dreamtown?" Whisper nodded. "The dream clocks are failing. And we need your help." Before Oliver could ask more questions, the room filled with golden light. The walls faded away. A pathway made of glowing stars appeared beneath his feet. Together they followed the path into the sky. Higher and higher they traveled. Past drifting clouds. Past shining constellations. Past the moon. Finally they arrived at Dreamtown. Oliver could hardly believe his eyes. The town was beautiful. Moonlit gardens stretched across rolling hills. Crystal fountains sparkled in the streets. Tiny dream fairies floated through the air carrying glowing lanterns. Everything felt magical. Whisper led Oliver directly to the clock tower. There he met Mr. Tickwell. The old clockmaker looked relieved. "Thank goodness you've arrived." Oliver smiled. "How can I help?" "Mr. Tickwell led him through endless rooms filled with clocks. Thousands of gears turned slowly. Golden pendulums swung back and forth. Magical lights flickered inside crystal chambers. But many clocks remained silent. Then Oliver noticed something unusual. The clocks that had stopped all shared the same symbol. A tiny silver moon. "What does this symbol mean?" he asked. Mr. Tickwell looked surprised. "Those are the moon dream clocks." "What do they do?" "They create peaceful dreams." Oliver frowned. "So why are they stopping?" Mr. Tickwell sighed. "I don't know." Determined to solve the mystery, Oliver began investigating. Together with Whisper, he explored Dreamtown. They visited the Dream Gardens. They visited the Star Market. They visited the Hall of Sleeping Clouds. Everywhere they went, they searched for clues. Finally they met an elderly turtle named Professor Nimbus. He was the wisest creature in Dreamtown. After listening carefully, he nodded. "I believe I know the problem." "What is it?" asked Oliver. Professor Nimbus pointed toward the distant mountains. Far beyond Dream Town stood the Valley of Lost Dreams. Long ago, forgotten dreams drifted there. Most were harmless. But recently a powerful storm had trapped them inside the valley. Without those dreams returning to the sky, the moon dream clocks had begun losing their power. Oliver immediately knew what needed to be done. We have to help the dreams escape. The next morning they began their journey. The road was long. They crossed sparkling rivers. They climbed silver hills. They wandered through forests where glowing owls watched from the trees. After many hours they finally reached the valley. Dark clouds swirled overhead. Thousands of tiny dream lights floated beneath them. The dreams were trapped, unable to return home. Oliver felt sad. They look lonely. Whisper nodded. They've been here for a very long time. Oliver thought carefully. Then an idea appeared. Nearby stood dozens of giant crystal windmills. But none of them were turning. Perhaps they could help. Together they cleaned the windmills. They repaired broken gears. They polished dusty crystals. Finally Oliver pulled the largest lever. For a moment nothing happened. Then slowly, the first windmill began turning. Whoosh. Then another. Whoosh. Then another. Soon every windmill spun together. Powerful currents of magical wind swept across the valley. The dark clouds began breaking apart. Golden sunlight streamed through the sky. The trapped dream lights rose into the air. Thousands upon thousands of glowing dreams floated upward. They danced across the heavens like sparkling stars. The valley transformed instantly. Flowers bloomed. Grass turned green. Birds began singing. The dreams were free. Back in Dream Town, something magical happened. Every moon dream clock suddenly began ticking again. Tick. 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 The peaceful sound echoed throughout the tower. Mr. Tickwell smiled with relief. The clocks are working. Dreamtown erupted into celebration. Lanterns filled the sky. Music played in every street. Dream fairies danced among the clouds. Everyone thanked Oliver for saving their town. Before he left, Mr. Tickwell handed him a small silver pocket watch. This watch will remind you that every dream matters. Oliver thanked his new friends. Soon it was time to return home. Whisper guided him back along the glowing star path. The stars shimmered around him. The moon smiled down from above. And before he knew it, he was back in his bedroom. Morning sunlight streamed through the window. For a moment he wondered whether everything had been a dream. Then he noticed something resting on his bedside table. A tiny silver pocket watch. It ticked softly. Tick. 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 Oliver smiled. And every night after that, whenever he drifted off to sleep, he remembered the magical town hidden among the stars. A place where dreams were protected. A place where adventure never truly ended. The end.